So who do you think D2 Hustlers would pick to finish out their draft?
Oh, I mean, the question, I guess, is, yeah, like, particularly seeing this Lesh now, like, what is it that they're feeling like they need as an answer? Because it's a lot of early push. There's, like, some great pickoff potential. Maybe they just want to go, like, to a late game carry now. I don't know. Lesh is still scary in the late game, too, but I kind of feel like, I mean, does this mean that it's going to be offlane Lesh? And then D2 Hustlers need to pick like who do they want as their carry? Do you want to go late game or early?
It's still pretty open for simply 2-base, right? Because Tiny could be mid, he could be 4. Same for
Yeah.
Leshrac. Leshrac could be offlane. Right now, D2 Hustlers, like, they do have the last pick, so they're gonna wait a little bit to see what simply 2-base are doing. But I think, I mean, ideally, like, you'd want a Terrorblade with this lineup. Because you need, like, you have single target initiation, but you need something that anchors a fight for you. I'm not too sure.
I think he's banned, right?
Oh yeah,
He's
he's
banned.
mega banned.
Spectre
Yeah,
banned.
I mean, that hero
Medusa
is
banned.
very strong.
Mega banned. He's no
Yeah,
longer not
exactly,
getting
like-
picked again.
Medusa as well. Like, you'll be one of those carries that sort of anchors the fight for you, where you have single target spells and you always kite and move towards your carry, so he can sort of protect you and pump out damage. I'm not too sure what's left in the pool that does that, so maybe they'll go for a little bit of a different route than that. But right now, it's like, it's looking hard. Like, if Leshrac and Tiny run in, I'm not too sure how comfortable you feel in the fights.
So there's no way that there's going to be a carry axe, right? You know, Knoxville gave us the stats. Knoxville gave us the
No,
stats saying
God,
that Axe is like
please,
the
no.
worst hero for the qualifiers.
Yeah, please. No. I mean,
mean,
that's
but-
just a hero in general, right?
What if on carry it's like 3-1 with last game being the only loss, and
I
on
don't
offlane it's
think
just
that's
awful.
true.
Like, we don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
not
that's
at all.
true. It's no way. Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering like PA or something, maybe like one of those super late game answers, or what's the other one that I was just looking at?
I think simply 2-base should pick Tidehunter and put Tiny mid, and like, I think their lineup would be really
Oh, that would be
robust
sick.
with that. D2 Hustlers though, like, I really don't know. Like, even for themselves, I wouldn't. Like, I want them to pick something like a Tidehunter, but the lane looks pretty bad versus Luna AA actually, with like some Tiny roam coming in. So I'm not too sure. I mean, we'll have a better idea after simply 2-base is back.
So Earth
Earth
Spirit.
Spirit.
Okay, so that's Tiny mid, Leshrac offlane, and an Earth Spirit 4.
So
You
who
just go
does
Ursa?
D2 Hustlers pick now? Oh, Ursa.
I don't
Ursa
know.
could work, but I think the lane is really hard versus Leshrac Earth Spirit.
Right.
Ursa's like, Leshrac's too fast, you know, he's just running around. You can't really like lock him down with Abaddon. I mean, I would want something like Gyrocopter, but again, AA really restricts your hero pool. I wouldn't want to play Gyrocopter into AA Tiny, where like I'm just getting jumped and bursted.
Dude, you just want to play Gyro Luna every game, though. That doesn't
Yeah,
count.
that's my read on Dota. You pick like Terrorblade and the range heroes. Maybe Spectre for that. Oh wait, Spectre's banned. See,
Spectre's
everything's
banned.
They
Yeah.
waited so long that they've ended up like banning the entire carry pool, and you're sort of gonna have to opt for like quote unquote a subpar carry. Maybe not like, you know, you want the Terrorblade, you want the Spectre, you want Medusa, and now you're like,
Dude, it's
I don't
literally
know.
the same thing that happened last game, and they're gonna pick Carry Axe and some like awful
they
offlaner.
might.
Oh no. Dude, actually, let's go Darkseer. Let's do it.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that, and it's not too bad. I mean, it's a bit awkward with the support pair, but if it gets enough in lane, which is a big if, because AA
Right.
Luna sort of dumps in Darkseer, I can see it working.
Yeah. I mean, Darkseer against Luna, get the illusion out there, just doing a ton of glaive damage. It's actually,
True.
it's, I don't know.
It's
probably
not
still
quite
pretty
as good as the Terrorblade matchup because you don't kick him all lane the same way. Okay,
Ooh.
Phantom Lancer.
I think
I
PL
like
was PL banned last game. I think PL was banned last game.
Yeah, the D2 Hustlers banned after they picked Terrorblade because it's one of the matchups that outscales TB. So you can see
Alright.
here, PL, it's a good carry, you know. It's like the best they could come up with. Maybe they want the Spectre or Terrorblade, but they're opting for like, you know, it's a later pick PL.
So you think that now, earlier in the draft, it was mentioned that maybe they would be playing for the mid game, but now that they picked the PL, it kind of shifts that into late game. Is that what you think, AUI?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't like this game for PL is the thing. Like, I don't think he's good versus A, Luna, or Leshrac. So I'm sort of curious, like, I mean, like, there's not that many carries left, so, like, you're picking a hero, maybe, like, he goes some build where he doesn't have to commit with the Octane Core build, and it'll be good. I have no idea. I'm excited to watch this game to learn.
I think that's hilarious. It's like, I don't think it's good against any of their heroes, but they picked it, so we'll find out what happens.
I mean, their read is probably better than mine, right? Like, I played one
fair.
scrim in the last year. I don't play pubs, like ranked pubs. So, like, we'll see.
That's fine. I'll take D2 Hustlers. I'll roll the dice. I think that they, to answer your question, Sumi, I do think that they do want to fight mid game still, but they want to have Yuma on the other side of the map farming during that period of time. The question is, like, if TOOBASED bring everybody, the hell do you do at that point? And I think the answer is cry. So that's what I got.
So what do you think Simply TOOBASED strategy is, Lyrical? What is their strategy based on their draft?
Win the Leshrax lane, push down that tier 1 tower, give Luna the triangle, and then just get BKB Satanic, go high ground. That's what it feels like.
B-Fly Satanic hit throne?
Yeah.
That's my favorite playstyle Dota.
Oh my gosh. That's like the blurry camera Dota, I guess. But I guess we'll see. We'll see if Simply TOOBASED changing up their strategy will take them into a win and bring it to 1-1. Lyrical and AUI, take it away.
Thank you. We're already into the game because they are ready to go. Teams are happy about their drafts. At least one of them is. We'll see if both are. I don't know, Al. You think was I too harsh on it? Is this looking like? I always feel like I take off my like panelist hat where I'm like supposed to put forward bold opinions, and then I put forward my caster hat where I have to be unbiased and nice and everything. What do you think? Where are you feeling?
Sorry, what were you biased about? What did you choose? I've been paneling a lot. I just went through traumatic brain damage. I had to cast 2 Eternal Envy games. This is not my fault.
It's true. It's not. It's just
Well,
like when you played with
them.
them. They got him. Nailed it. The roll through. Can he escape? No. Mega no. Annihilate draws first blood. I was saying that I feel like the D2 Hustlers draft is kind of struggling, and they're in a bit of a bad way. Did you kind of agree with that?
Yeah, I don't like their draft at all. But again, like I favored TOOBASED draft last game, and I was just completely wrong. Like D2 Hustlers played the game really cleanly. I think that like what they suffer from is like their team fights are weird on D2 Hustlers. They have to play them extremely well. But last game has showed us that they're capable of that. Like they're capable of sort of kiting out the fights, taking the engagements, just playing for the map and taking high percentage fights. I think a lot of this game will come down to how this top lane goes. If Lina Axe is able to pressure Luna, the map will completely open up for PL. Whereas if like they lose the lane, then I don't know what their moves are this game.
That's fair. That's the big thing that I was worried about as well, was like losing their own safe lane tower and then not being able to get one on the other side. But who knows? Who knows? It's going to come down again to 1437, throwing out those stuns.
5UP has a really cool build, by the way. He has a crown, and he's just rushing for a Veil of Discord. Because there's just so much magic damage, right? He has Tiny, he has Leshrac. I think this is a pretty interesting build. Might be next level.
I don't know what the stats were we just saw in the thing. There was like a summation sign and all sorts of stuff. Knoxville is going next level with these things. It's absolute madman. Yeah, I like the Veil,
I'm uneducated. I don't know what that means.
The summation sign? It's like you add everything that's within the series, which I think is the wrong vernacular to use there anyways, but that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I dropped out of university. I got nothing.
I should have dropped out. Anyways, 1-0 start. That kill came in, and they're just going to punch away at Empyrean there. Throwing out an LSA afterwards, but misses. Ooh. A little bit off the mark.
I feel like D2 Hustlers, both games into offlane, they've done a really good job of getting this equilibrium really early. Maybe a little of like fundamental understanding, but if the lane is down here, I think they have a very high percentage of like crushing this lane. Yeah. Lina's just going to be able to hit for free from this position. Even snipe at Courier maybe?
Ooh. Does manage to find it. Well played. Yeah, and it's interesting because we even saw like the combo of the Lucent Beam and the Cold Feet. Lina's fast enough that she could get away before it procced, and then she ends up being in a bad situation. So really, really good stuff across the board as they're able to get that Courier killed, and still a lot of regen on the AA and the Luna, but there's one extra salve for the Axe and the Lina. So we'll see how that one goes. How about mid? We talked about this lane a little bit in the laning stage, but we more talked about like the mid game blow up potential that Annihilate has.
So Annihilate got the first blood, and he very wisely, he instantly bought a Bracer with that. So he has a little bit of a lane advantage that, like, this lane is not normally supposed to go like this. I think early on, it's supposed to be pretty even, with maybe Puck having a harass advantage. This Bracer completely changes that matchup.
That's what you want to see. 14-4 versus 10-3 now, so still getting something out of this on Papatuti. Obviously, no armor on Tiny, really annoying. Jumps forward, gets the water rune too. Can he get the other one?
I think he's got both runes on Puck here.
Dude,
he's gonna orb for it.
Pop the water rune, pop the water rune, pop the water rune. Oh, he could have been bottling that whole time. That's fine. Papatuti's still a G.
And I think that's worth just as much as the first blow. Double water rune with I Annihilate being out of resources means that he has to actually ferry a solve slowly, and he's going to get pressured under his tower here. A really big outplay from Papatuti here.
God, I love that name. It's so good. Papatuti. Well, we'll keep our eyes on that. There's also going to be a Pandango checking and taking the bounty rune too away from I Annihilate. So that is super frustrating. Can't even head back to his little salvation over there to the side.
And you can really appreciate the comms coming through there, because how that worked was Papatuti, he managed to communicate that I Annihilate has no bottle charges, he's low on resources. So that means Abaddon should sack some of what he's doing just to secure that bounty rune and sort of ruin Tiny's game further.
It's great. It's very nicely played. Is up towards the top side. Divine Llama trying to get that pressure on. Will get cold-footed. And Boris forced back underneath the tower with the Battle Hunger going 30 HP right now. Man, that is a frustrating go. And they literally have no regen up here and no couriers coming out. I mean, how do you survive here? Is he just dead?
You just die. You can't stay here and like play scared. You should just die so that you can actually play Dota and get some CS later. And this is what D2 Hustlers they really needed. If they win this top lane, this map will open up for them and their lineup can play Dota. I really would have liked to see 5-up sort of rotate into this lane and sort of trialing at some way. Problem with that though is Last Track bottom.
Oh my god. Pandango gets the kill on the monkeys.
Yeah,
so
the problem is that
huge.
It's very big. Like, they're just winning 2 silence that, in my opinion, they shouldn't really win. It's not just that they got the kill on Yuma. He's actually topping the CS chart right now.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of exposure of Earth Spirit as a hero. Just a weak laner.
As up top, trying to make something else of this. Divine Llama does get forced back. And does have a salve coming out now on the axe, as well as that ring of health. So they're able to get a little bit of extra pressure on there after coming back to the lane with full resources, which is what you want to see, and salvaging this a little bit for TOOBASED here.
5-up TPing top here. He understands the situation. They need to collapse on one lane.
Misses the roll. Gets the kick afterwards, but they still lose Empyrean. 1437's going to die, but at least got the return kill on Empyrean. Poor guy.
It's really good for 1437 there. He doesn't care if he dies at all because they really needed to kill Axe because he's 30 gold or 10 gold now from his Vanguard. As soon as he gets that, I think he's just going to start kicking Boris out of lane. And again, like, you don't have normal conventional tower push other than on your 5 position Abaddon. Using these wagons with your Vanguard is going to be huge for the Radiant team.
Well, we did see Pandango get dropped down very low. Obviously, that main source of push that you're talking about coming from his Curse of Avernus. Level 4 at 6 minutes. Not bad on the position 5 support right there. Also, there was a coil used towards mid. I Annihilate tried to go on to Papatuti, was able to force him back again. So no chance for rotation. But to be honest, they're winning all 3 lanes right now on D2 Hustlers, or at the very least breaking even mid. Things are looking quite good for the Hustlers. And up top, oh, this have I cast or cursed them? I may have. Tries to get the kill on Empyrean first, misses the dunk. Oh, salves up, gets the finish. Oh my god, Empyrean just keeps on getting bullied. But they do take down the axe, so well worth it.
Yeah, really good read on the situation by TOOBASED. They understand, like, they're losing both side lanes. Don't sit in them and just lose the lanes. Collapse your resources into one lane and make something happen. They killed Alina earlier, they managed to kill this very high net worth axe, and all of a sudden Luna's actually hitting creeps, instead of like both your side lanes just being sad. And I really like this build from PL because he's recognized that both his side lanes are going well. He doesn't want to leave the lane. He's going to sit here, he's going to buy a Hooded Defiance, and he's going to be able to fight against the Leshrac even when Leshrac hits level 6.
Right. Yeah, that's what you need to do, definitely.
They just smoked tiny top. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying that, like, if they do keep that PL alive down that, it's going to be so huge for them. But yeah, they're also going with 5 up, down bottom. So, is this going to be an attempt at trying to make like a play onto this PL? I mean, we'll see if it works. But it looks like Yuma's already away, heading off to the jungle to farm up a little bit there.
Hustlers, they're smoked up though. They have a good read.
Yeah. Well, Empyrean has found himself yet again. Divine Llama, rather, has found Empyrean in the river again as they find that Luna tries to get the kill onto Boris. Not going to happen. But they did manage to take down one with Divine Llama.
Okay, so a 5-up, he managed to smoke all the way to bottom from top, and they are going PL.
Yeah, doesn't have the pipe yet, or rather the hood yet, but it doesn't matter. With Papa Tootie making the rotation, they just find themselves a kill.
That was like one of the weirdest things I've seen in Dota.
This whole game is.
Our Earth Spirit, he TP's top, they kill the Axe, it's really good, right? You force the offlane Axe to TP back to the lane, so you understand that he's vulnerable there. The normal standard play is to smoke your mid up and kill him again, so now he's dead without a TP. I annihilate, he has an invis rune, but I think they spotted him out with the sentry. But instead, like, some weird European Dota coming out here where he smokes across the entire map and they just feed.
Oh, LSA in the meantime keeps Yuma alive, dodges the split earth, and they're able to escape. Wow, I love the casual flame right there of European Dota as well. Very nicely played for the NA broadcast.
It's so
here.
like, you know, the Europe tournaments, they just run at heroes. They're not thinking about the map state. Because like the normal play, like you kill the Axe, your Luna's happy, you're winning one lane hard. Instead, like they're trying to do too much. Bottom lane though.
Yeah, 1437 will end up giving up his life there. And they're going to take that tier 1 tower, finally, it looks like. Haven't seen the same thing yet come out from the Hustlers. It's very low, that tier 1 tower up top. But at the very least, I would say that the D2 Hustlers getting a lot out of this early stage. And that's what you need, particularly for this PL to get off to a hot start. And he also got a Possessed Mask. Oh my god. So broken.
Yeah, that is very nice. A little bit less valuable since he went for that hood first. I mean, the idea behind hood is very cool. But if you get pushed out your lane, now you're jungling with a Hood of Defiance, and it's not really accelerating your farm speed at all.
Right.
So unfortunate for him, but I really did like the idea.
Well, and I will say that he's still going to need to, like, you know, probably go deathless for a while this game if D2 Hustlers want to have a good time. You don't want to be falling behind a Leshrac, who is currently the bottom of the cores, but doing what Monkeys does best, getting something out of nothing, taking this tier 1 tower. As Silence, Toss, dead. Papa Tootie, he's dropping.
And we can see the tiny counter to puck we talked about there, alongside the Earth Spirit. I mean, I gotta say, I criticize 5's decision to smoke across the map, but I think his build is extremely good here. The Veil Rush just allows you to make plays that normally shouldn't be possible with your resources.
Very cool stuff. Pandego tried to go in for the deny, not able to make it happen. You know, I think I heard you talking earlier about like this idea that some pro matches, you know, end up looking like Herald games for the item builds. This like branch veil stick is like definitely Herald or professional match. Like, you know, no boots gaming. I love to see it.
All right. So first of all, that was Jenkins, and I take offense to that.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
I agree with him. You
guys
correct
are
there.
Similar, you know.
No, don't say that. Just because we're Canadian doesn't mean you can be countryist or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. That's the word. Oh, apologies. But yeah, I feel like it's the way it is.
Best tier 1 neutral items. How is that determined?
If you get it, win percentage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, roll. Call, off the mark. Monkeys Forever, off to the side. Laguna Blade as well, trying to take down 5 up. Meanwhile, oh, Papa Tootie, careful, toss. Oh, couldn't get the Aphotic Shield off. That was been enough to save him potentially. So a nice combo there, again, for simply TOOBASED.
Yeah, really good spellcasting coming out from Theban. He basically solo killed the Earth Spirit there, and he sort of made something out of nothing. Because TOOBASED, you know, they pick off that Puck again, and all of a sudden Puck, he doesn't even have his Witch's Blade, and Tiny almost has a full Phase Boots and Blink Dagger. Jeez. He's just going to be hunting Puck all game long when you're behind on Puck.
Very, very sick stuff. Yeah, I think he's been playing this about as well as you can for sure. And I don't know. It's looking still though 1,000 gold lead for D2 Hustlers. Do you think that this is starting to like the conditions being set up for TOOBASED to maybe snowball some of this stuff into more objectives? How do you see the game going from here?
I think TOOBASED did significantly worse in both their side lanes than I think what should have happened. Just
Okay.
because I think, honestly, D2 Hustlers, how do you control the lane equilibrium? Both are just better. Sorry, 1 second here. Let's watch the smoke, because I think this would be really pivotal to kill Puck here.
Yeah, if they can get him. Papatuti already 2 deaths. No kills yet in this game. I Annihilate looking for that jump. Able to get the phase shift, but the toss comes in afterwards. Ice Blast not going to connect. Oh, but they're all right on top of him, and nobody was coming to help him. So Papatuti goes down.
The spells didn't connect perfectly there, but just because of that additional damage from Veil, it ends up being a pretty clean kill.
Right.
Oh, Boris, he's alone in his own jungle here. This is some brave farm to take. I like it. I like it.
Yeah. They did block out a couple of these hard camps, though, it looks like also. So they're trying to limit the amount of farm that Luna can get, just sort of AFK-wise.
Yeah, it's a good strategy. I read on Reddit, like when Lycan was broken, they'd be like, just ward his jungle and gank him, you know? So they're sort of doing that here.
Got it. Get all your ideas from Reddit.
Reddit MMR. Yeah, of course. They're higher MMR than the entire world.
If you add them up together, that's true. And I think that's how MMR works.
It's true. Oh, jump onto Abaddon here.
Oh, Pedego backs away. And yeah, they're going to be good.
So as you were asking before, I think they can snowball, but they're trying to do it from like a little bit of a worse position.
Right.
PL, I think, shouldn't have had such a good lane. Honestly, I don't know if he should have. Maybe the lane is just solid versus Leshrac or Spirit. It's not like an inspiring lane coming out from TOOBASED. But I think they're in a little bit of a worse position because of how both their side lanes went. And I don't know, maybe they can do it. Tiny's played very well this game.
Right.
Oh, double TP to bot, triple TP, quadruple.
Can they get in? Oh, Monkeys gets the taunt. Oh man, the silence afterwards. 5-up jumps in, the huge magnetize though. Yuma showed up, and is that going to be enough? They get the LSA afterwards, connects, and the kills. They take down 3. It was a good magnetize, but not enough damage in the end.
Alright, so 3 for 3 there, but you killed the enemy Luna. The thing about killing the enemy carry is, of course, it slows down their farm, but just like your entire team in general, there are camps that like only the carry can farm. Like for example, like this ancient camp, which I Annihilate, he gets pinged by Boris for not stacking. Like normally, like no one can farm that because your carry's dead, and that's why these kills are like even more significant than normal ones.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Good hitting of the timing with the diffuser there. Just really strong play.
Yuma.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He's out of his mind. This dude has like no mana. He might just be dead. Yeah, I think he's just, well, wait, maybe. Pandego here. Okay, saving that aphotic shield for afterwards. Gets him to the high ground with the doppelganger. How did he live there? That's unbelievable. Meanwhile, gives the tip afterwards to 5-up, and it looks like Pandego is going to get chased down, but Friends coming in. Wanting to help Friends? They cancel the TP of everybody except for 1437. Dude, this is like that show I Shouldn't Be Alive. Like, what the hell just happened?
And it's sort of funny because, ooh, I know, let's see, finding Abaddon here. Free kill, free is free.
Nice. Oh?
It was sort of funny watching that because they, he's, man, there's just kills everywhere. Just random pickoffs
going in. What is Boris doing here? He's going to get caught also. Silence with the rest of the team behind him. Yuma down low. Is he going to be enough? LSA rolls right on top. Yuma gets tossed, gets killed. Papatuti trying to make the escape, the jump back the other direction. He's forever on the case, but can't quite connect. Fighting underneath that ward. Yeah, this game is wild. And now suddenly Pandego's like, yeah, I'm going to D-ward, guys. Don't worry. Jump in, almost finds the kill, has ulti back up again. That's going to be enough. Now the chase down. I Annihilate. Monkeys forever. They're right on top. Get the D-ward. Tries to roll away. They were both under so much vision right there. They finally get the D-ward, shutting down TOOBASED vision. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, that was like an interesting fight because both teams had vision of each other. Like they both have wards in the same area. So it just makes for really chaotic fights where like usually your Abaddon getting picked off here. Usually your read on a team fight is like you identify conditions that makes you think you're stronger than your opponent. This can be like item timing, level timings, vision, hero composition, spells, whatever you think makes you stronger. And basically, if you're engaging in a 5v5 versus your opponent, it's both teams saying, I am stronger than you at this time, I'm going to win the team fight. If you both have vision, both teams are going to think, I am stronger than you because I have vision of you, without really knowing that the other team also has vision of them.
Right.
So it leads to like these really chaotic committal fights where both teams think they should be the ones winning the fight.
Right. Yeah, and that's sort of the situation that we found ourselves in, and again, it's kind of a similar spot. This ward up on the high ground is still here for the Radiant as they're pressuring bottom tier 2, but also, TOOBASED have one of their own over by that tier 2 tower, which looks like it's going to get claimed now, and this opens up the map so much for TOOBASED at this point, as well as the ability to take this shrine.
Yeah, that's huge.
Outpost. We're not in 2018 or whatever it was.
I also called it a shrine because, as we mentioned on previous casts, as a university dropout, I never learned to read properly.
Got it. So, okay.
That's actually my favorite meme. I don't know why. It's so crappy. It's just such a bad meme. But anyways, back to the game. The jumping Yuma top.
It was also not last broadcast. It was still this broadcast. That's fine too. Is Yuma's just gonna fall? Oh, Divide Llama got stunned as he tried to go for the call to turn it. That would have been huge, but instead D2 Hustlers are gonna lose the axe as well. 3,000 gold lead. So yeah, the snowball might have came a little bit late, but it's still coming for him.
Yeah, the thing I forgot is, like, honestly, we're talking about snowball. They don't need to snowball to win this game.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a good PL game. And like we saw in, I think, the OG vs Tundra series in DPC Season 2, OG had a 5k gold lead with PL against Ancient Apparition. And because anytime... Oh, they're still making a move here? Maybe? Okay. Anytime the AALT clips PL, you instantly know which one's real, and you can play off that fact. It removes a lot of what PL's strength is as a hero. In this game, like, you're up gold versus PL. Luna's also, like, she's above 50% win rate versus PL in high-level pubs, too. She's one of the better carries in this matchup.
Really? I would always thought that, like, you just, the PL soaks up a ton of glaives, but I guess over time it sort of whittles them down.
I mean, the thing is, how Luna works as a hero is that your steroid is glaives. What Luna loses to is when she has to hit one target, and she has no steroid at all. The illusions actually give you an additional source of damage. Moreover, I saw this build that Boris is actually going to go for sure. It's the Ame build where he goes for Daedalus into Shard. And you just keep popping out beams, and it destroys PL. Like, I think the matchups are actually pretty Luna favored in the end.
That's awesome. I haven't seen that build at all. I mean, I've seen the Shard, obviously, but I haven't seen it with the Daedalus.
I played a pub with Empyrean, and he was playing Luna, and all I said was, Ame build, I'm Ame, the entire game. And he just, like, one-shot people with the Shard. It was pretty sick.
Oh, no. Well, Empyrean, he's been getting picked on early, but he's probably going to be trying to shut this down as the time goes on. And they found themselves a Yuma. Get silenced. Long duration. No Manta yet. And instead, they're going to blow him up. Coil afterwards. It's a huge one with the call. Divine Llama tries to turn it, but I don't know if it's going to be enough as they chase them down. Now, Boris, one by one, the glaives a bouncing, and Divine Llama trying to get out of there. They toss in again and get the kill. It was looking good for a moment, but they just didn't have the damage there in the end. If PL maybe is alive, things look different, but he wasn't. And 1437 now trying to buy a little bit of extra space, slow down this follow-up that comes as iAnnihilate eventually gets the finish.
Oh, and Tiny just godlike. All the snowball, basically a lot of it on the back of that first blood that he got at the start of the game. It changed the matchup, it changed how he can play, and he's just utilized that space that the first blood has given him phenomenally. He's catching Papatui here too.
Oh my god.
Oh, did you see it?
It's always so scary.
Two ships passing in the night, just right beside each other.
Well, if you're Papatui, you gotta be thinking, like, what the hell do I need to do this game? He's got Witchblade now. I think he got scouted briefly by that Observer Ward, and they actually see him right now. Oh, they have vision! Do they want to go on him? Oh, iAnnihilate's already too far away. Yeah, they're not gonna go for him. That Observer Ward, though. A little bit sick. I mean, he's got what, 3,000 gold now on this puck? What the hell do you go? Is Blink good enough?
I'm not too sure. Honestly, he might have to go for travels and just play like more of a split them up game, because right now it doesn't look realistic to fight into two-base lineup unless like you force some bad TP. So he goes for the Blink. This is probably the better like professional Dota play where like you need to like hit a timing and take advantage of it. In a pub though, he's getting travels for sure.
Okay, got it.
Because pubs are awful.
Right, that's fair. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to travel somewhere else.
Okay, so blink into BKB. It does make he's probably reading that like he just needs to be able to fight and like let his PL carry him. I'm not too sure if it'll work out though. PL on top lane. They're throwing an A blast yet? Oh.
And he, I think, has coming out right now the Sanj. So not opting for that Dispel and instead wanting to like tank up a little bit. And, obviously the status resistance not bad either. Is Pendango just going to run away deep in enemy territory. And, well, yeah, that was always going to happen. He's going to go down. So well played to find a little pick off there. It is still space, though, if you're the Hustlers. You're happy with that, I think. For
sure. He actually managed to see 5 enemy heroes in their own jungle.
Yeah.
And you can see like they're taking back bottom shrine, they're gonna get bot lane in, they already got top lane in. He's not feeling too bad about that at all. I think the SMY is the right choice on Phantom Lancer. I think it's hard to play this game without status resist against ALT. Oh, top lane.
Yeah, they caught him. And no way that he gets out of there. Divine Llama caught again. Yeah, they're doing a good job right now of TOOBASED to sort of catch these heroes that are trying to push the lanes out very greedily. They're always getting at least one of them, it feels like.
Oh, is this Roshan? Force already has the shard.
Right,
I'm not too sure about this Roshan. I feel like they take a lot of damage doing this.
Yeah. The cold feet's there. Meanwhile, the Leshrac gets lifted up, and they're coming out for a second to fight. Still have the tier 1 tower in the mid lane on TOOBASED to get there quickly. If there is any type of a fight and they have need of buybacks. But honestly, it looks, yeah, they're not going to go for it.
A little bit of a weird Roshan attempt, right? Because they're doing Roshan because Axe is dead. But I think they really could have snowballed the map instead. Like, they could have taken over the enemy triangle. Like, there are 3 wards there. Juicy wards to D ward. And then maybe even, like, taking top. And then, like, once you have secured the area, then you can get Roshan. How they did it was basically, like, I hope you guys don't realize we're going to do Roshan.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of those, I think, things it's kind of difficult to know what that play is at this point, right? Like, it's something it's not like easily apparent. That's like, okay, there's no like clear objective that they take on the map, but the area itself is the objective, is I guess what you're saying.
Yeah, for sure. And again, like, it's easier for us, right? Like, for me, I have full vision of the map. Like, maybe even though Axe is dead, mid lane.
They're going. Good call. Empyrean's there as well to try and interrupt, but the LSA comes out. Laguna Blade, Force Staff in trouble. Now Empyrean also. Annihilate shown up, though. This has been the guy for them over and over again, but they didn't get that initiation on to Yuma. This PL might be able to clean up if he can get out of there. Oh, but he gets hit by the cold feet. Pendango trying to get there to save. And Yuma able to get that doppelganger away afterwards. Still in trouble and dead. They take him down with Boris. Big bad Boris, been farming the whole freaking game. And now, top net worth. Divine Llama tries to TP out BKB. It'll be enough.
And you can really see the Luna shard. It's shredded PL at the end there. If you think about what Luna shard is, it's basically against PL, it's a guaranteed 2x crit, because you attack twice, right? And then that 2x crit gets multiplied again by the crystals that you're buying, eventually dataless. So you're basically hitting for like, I don't know what that is, I'm too stupid to do the math quickly, but like 300% or 400% of like your normal damage every 2.5 seconds on PL, just completely annihilating him.
It's really, really good.
Yeah, that's why I should have said it's really good. That's the end conclusion, actually.
Sometimes you just got to cut through all the malarkey. You know, you're right where you need to be. As the Aegis is there, and we talked about this timing. I had said, Satanic Butterfly or BKB or whatever, but he already has BKB, and it looks like this answer that you're talking about is good enough. So maybe they're just willing to shut down the map now at this point. Things are looking really good for Simply TOOBASED.
Yeah, they have the Aegis. I think because, I don't know why, but these Aegises have been a lot later than the Animager. Maybe maybe it's because like teams are better at defending Roshan now or something. But mid lane.
Chase, Monkey's Trevor, down to about a 3rd HP.
Okay.
That is the danger. as they jump and find the catch on a 1437. For some reason, has 2,000 HP on this hero right now with a cloak.
Yeah, he has no stat items except for Pupil's Gift, basically. So he's pretty beastie. Just a 350 HP talent.
People's Gift is so good.
It is so nice to get on supports, especially like on int heroes.
Yeah.
So I think why that was really good for for D2 Hustlers there was that they forced the hero who has the Aegis to commit his TP. So
Right.
Boris, he wanted to push all the way down bottom and sort of like maybe even think about going high ground or forcing him to base
Ooh.
here. Oh,
As they catch, all alone, Mr. 5-up. Magnetize comes out, the BKB, but the dunk comes in time, and they're going to be able to clean up there as back towards mid. They want to go. LSA going to connect. 1437 stunned. Pandago tries to keep him alive. Won't happen. They are TPing in with Papatuti here. Does not have coil, but wanted to kill off the creep wave. Good glyph. Immediately interrupting that attempt by the puck, and it looks like they're going to try and chase him out a little bit, but Papatuti should be good to escape now.
unfortunately, it doesn't swap in his bottle to pick up that illusion rune. Swapped in right after he took it. But I think D2 Hustlers, they're doing a really good job of playing side lane Dota. You know? They're just forcing them around. They got a bot tower there. And TOOBASED, even though they have the Aegis, I think they're feeling a little bit of pressure here. They don't like the fact that like they're being moved around by their opponent. You know? The tempo's being controlled even though they have the Aegis on their side.
Yeah, that's I mean, again, they did get that tier 2 tower. They're gonna get the outpost here, but like you said, it's not like 100% clean. They got to pick off up there on the top side and stuff. So we'll keep our eyes on that. If there's gonna be a chance here that you know, maybe Hustlers can find an opening for themselves. Pandago there goes, gets the D ward, gives up his life for it. It looks like
He's spacing. He's spacing.
there you go. I like it. Perfect. Another good ward is back here, though, which is actually scouting out 1437. But a lot of their vision's been dewarded on the side of TOOBASED.
You can see TOOBASED, during this Aegis, they actually haven't built any sort of net worth advantage. Oh my god, he got to quiver. That's the dream.
Dude.
You Lucent Beam, and you have an additional 300 damage on top of a potential Daedalus. Like, watch this, Luna. Watch this, Luna.
Oh my
Do it. Boris? Alright.
Bang, bang.
Oh, Dalai Lama. I mean, that's 600 damage from like
Yeah.
1,000-something range. And TOOBASED are just playing very grouped up. Not really farming the map with this Aegis, not really building up a net worth lead. I mean, Luna does counter PL in my eyes for a long time, but I think eventually, like, PL is supposed to win the matchup, like the very ultra late game, right? I mean, I'm not even sure if that's true, but
That's what it feels like to you at the very least.
it feels like it should be like that, because you know,
Okay.
one's a Luna who's like OP in lane, and one's a PL who's like a little sussy sus.
All right. You know, I despite your best efforts, I understood what you were trying to say there.
Thank you.
But yeah, it was. It's looking pretty good for them, though. Even though they haven't been able to shut down that map, now building up that lead a little bit. It feels like they can kind of hear what you're saying about like spreading out the map, trying to pressure the stuff. As again, the roll forward, they've got a nice little ward contain here. It feels like haven't take that top tier 1 tower, but there's a huge creep wave that's pushing in that Papatuti is actually about to take down now as well. But yeah, it looks like, at least for the moment, TOOBASED aren't trying to force anything at the high ground.
I don't know. I think they sort of played the first... Oh my god, that's a lot of damage just from these glaives. They played the first 4 minutes of their Aegis like they wanted to go high ground with it right then. Sort of skipping steps, you know? You have to get map control, push in your lanes, get the conditions right. And then in the last minute, they're like, okay, we can't do this anymore, let's just farm. And in the last minute, they get 2k gold advantage. Like, if it's 1 minute for 2k gold, they could have got like an 8k gold advantage. I mean, it doesn't work like that, but like in theory, right? Something like that.
I hear you. For sure.
With that being said, like, this Luna is farmed. She's gonna have Butterfly Satanic. That's mode Go Throne.
Right. Yeah, that is devastating potentially. I mean, again, you've got this PL that now has hard up. The question is, like, can they actually like kill the rest of those cores and then focus on Luna afterwards? Because I don't think there's any way that you like just straight out kill Boris. He's too freaking tanky. Surely.
They're gonna
Oh my
try
god,
them.
they're going. They're trying. Actually, have I eaten my words? The jump forward, but the kick away. 5-up. No, that stunned him. Oh, that was enough for the finish. Oh, the Castakers came in yet again. BKB's out. Monkeys Forever trying to escape. The Force Staff gets him away. as Empyrean also gets the TP out, but they got the big one. Dude.
Oh, that's huge. What did so much damage to him there?
I mean,
Puck dumped all his spells, Witch's Blade. I guess they just do a lot of damage, or I mean, he doesn't have the usual Luna items where you have like SMY or Mantis Style, which give you a little bit of strength and HP, right?
Yeah.
He's not the typical, like, I think usually Luna has like 35 armor at this time. Instead, you have like Daedalus, which is a pure damage item, and really good punish by D2 Hustlers there. Just reading the map, understanding that. You know, that's like the thing we talked about before. Boris like, you guys can't kill me. Hustlers are like, we can. And then like, whoever's right wins. And D2 Hustlers were in the right there.
Yeah, they made it work super well. Axe does have the shard, doesn't have that Manta yet online. So, you know, that could have been something that came out from it as well. A couple of lucky spins, since right now Luna doesn't have any evasion.
I mean, the thing is, if Luna gets Satanic BKB off, he uses his beam, he will instantly full heal.
Right.
Like, it's 2 auto attacks on Satanic. It's sort of cool. I've seen people play with this build, and even in teamfights, sometimes what you do with Satanic is that you beam towards the creeps. Because Lifesteal is based on the armor of the enemy, like it's how much damage you do. So creeps have low armor, and if you hit a creep with Satanic, you heal to full.
Yeah.
So instead of like hitting a high armor Terrorblade, you just like, oh, I'm gonna full heal with this beam. It's like a pretty interesting item.
The shard itself just makes it really, really cool. Yeah, it's very neat. And I guess that's something that, you know, you've got to kind of keep in mind with D2 Hustlers, is making sure you kind of need to go all in like we saw right there. But at the same time, maybe it's a situation where if you group too much, there could just be a Satanic full heal. But I guess you still just want to like focus all your attention on just bursting her at the start if you can, because they don't have hard save yet. Looking for the Lina. Glimmer Cape or Yule's afterwards. God, look at that tree toss. Silence there. On to Divine Llama. They're kind of grouped, though. Do they think about going in? Up on the high ground. They have the PL running over to the medium camp. Has the Doppelganger back up again in a second. The roll forward, trying to find him. Yuma Ice Blast comes out. It's on him. He's got to be careful now. The rest of the team moving in from behind. Yuma separated from all of them. Still has his heart going. Backs away. Axe looking for it. There's going to be the coil. Do they have anything afterwards now? Look at the damage out on him. Yuma just gets exploded. That was even before freaking Boris got there.
Divine Llama, they caught him as well.
Oh, no. Yeah, he's in trouble. The Axe has BKB, but no TP. So Divine Llama will go down. 3 dead so quickly.
And we can see a little bit of the AA counter to PL coming out there. He was trying to juke, but as soon as that AA ulti clips him, you immediately know which one's real, and you're able to lock him down. Also, another sort of interesting interaction there was that Earth Spirit, he rode through the illusion, and that also told them which one's real, because, you know, Earth Spirit roll can only hit real heroes.
Right. Yeah, we need more Earth Spirit nerfs, clearly.
Yeah, get him out of my games. He's too strong when paired with Darkseer.
Right, exactly. True. 10k gold lead now, and no Aegis, still a minute away, but looks like TOOBASED, the couple heroes dead, are willing to take a little bit of a gamble, pressuring up this high ground.
Oh, they actually saw Annihilate blinking to the side here. It might give them a little bit of option to play, but this is tower down versus Luna. Very scary.
Yeah, and I mean, Coil's not up for another 5 seconds. Everybody else is close, but they're just going to have to give up that full set of racks. It happens too quick.
This might be like the 3 highest building damage cores in the game or something.
Yeah.
Like maybe Lone Druid instead of Luna, but Tiny from mid and Leshak from offlane are like huge sources of building damage.
It's really hard to deal with. And, you know, getting that racks means that there's going to be constantly that pressure on this side of the map coming in that the D2 Hustlers are going to have to deal with. Obviously, not as annoying as bottom can be sometimes, at least for the Radiant team, but we'll keep our eyes on it definitely, as Puck is going back for the Aghanims next. Fairly close. The smoke out from Hustlers. They realize A is up there on that high ground. Call. Oh, he went for a blind. Wanted it all, but gets nothing. And now BKB forced to run away. The silence comes out. Puck, Papatuti gets the jump away. They got the glaives bouncing around. Silence a little bit off the mark. Ice Blast afterwards goes up. It didn't hit onto Yuma. They got the coil onto Divine Llama, but can they even fight this? It doesn't feel like it. Oh my god, Pandago almost dies to that one glaive that came in. Now turning on to Boris. Dude, these glaives are going to start tearing him up, although they are draining the mana. Yuma tries to get out of there. Papatuti in the area. Divine Llama jumps in for the big call. Taunt's there. Is it going to be enough, though? Tries to find that backline. Seeing if he can kill Imperium, but it's not going to happen. Yuma and the axe are gone. Just get obliterated by the combo. And now the toss forward. Monkeys Forever looking for more. But Simply TOOBASED want to end the 2-0 streaks that we've seen today and push this to a game number 3.
Yeah, and they're itemizing and playing for it in like such a nice level. You see Boris, he understood at top lane that the tier 2, the only reason I got bursted was because he didn't have status resist. Look what he buys. Butterfly queued up, he dies, instantly changes to SMY.
Yeah.
Now he really feels immortal in these fights, and they're just able to play around the Luna so well. On the other hand, D2 Hustlers, they don't have that type of carry that can anchor the fight for them. You know, the Terrorblade, the Medusa, the Spectre, these were all banned out because they waited so long with the carry pick. As a result, like, I don't know how they're supposed to take the fight. They have to take them like really kitey, space out the enemy. It's really complicated. And then, you know, TOOBASED just go like, me hit you, brr.
Exactly.
And they're feeling good.
Something else that we're seeing here too is like keeping this Mind Breaker in for so long on the Luna now takes it out. But there's some cool stuff that they could do there as well, where they like, you know, throw out the beam that gets a silence, and then 5-up could get that initiation afterwards. It was pretty neat.
For sure. It's huge. And I will say though, Spider Legs, I think, makes this game almost impossible for D2 Hustlers to win. It's just such a big deal to have this extra slot. I mean, he has it on Leveler just for this extra building damage, which is a lot of building damage here.
Dude, what the hell are you even supposed to do against this? Boris is just, I mean, they've got the freaking splitter down now. They're
I love it.
throwing out the tree toss. It's just like, you're not safe in your own base. And when this glaive starts working onto these buildings, they're just going to rip them apart here as well. Ooh, the coil. Okay, but Boris, status resistance, BKBs, walks forward, literally doesn't care about anything. A call. They pull him back. Laguna Blade. Might it be enough to take him down once? Boris will fall. But do they have anything else afterwards? 5-up, able to interrupt that one. Yuma down to about 2/3 HP as they try and jump in with Papatuti. Boris still living through this after the Aegis and will turn onto it as, wait, they kill off 1437. He buys back, Annihilate, TP's out. The rest of them will retreat and try and go for the runaway as there is no coil, no problem, no chance for a catch. And in fact, they might just find themselves the puck here. Who walks forward? Yuma interrupts. And it looks like 5-up is going to have to give up his life for the cause. All right. They get something, but a huge win for TOOBASED.
Yeah, I mean, TOOBASED, they got the racks, but I think that should have been the game with that Aegis. Honestly, like, they poked Boris. Oh, sorry, they're just still going on D2 Hustlers. They understand that this is their only chance to win the game, to take this uneven fight here. No BKB on Boris.
Buyback Earth Spirit, but the stun. They got him caught. Boris still living. Dead on Divine Llama again. Annihilate has been the absolute hero this game. Laguna Blade comes out as well. Can they find any kill? Pendago just going to TP away from them now as 5-up tries to escape. Papatuti down low. 1437 gets obliterated by the catch. And, well, Yuma left all alone. Wants to get a return kill. Roll away. Buys a little bit of space as Yuma backs out of there. But the TP in from Annihilate, cutting off that PL. A triple kill for Annihilate, who has been definitely one of the stars of this one, playing on this tiny 22,000 gold lead. I think they're just running it down mid to go for the end.
Man, Annihilate. Both his side lanes lost this game, but he really put his team on his back here. He's 18-0, just constantly finding the right heroes and fights. You know, I mentioned that I don't think PL is good versus AA, Luna, and Leshak, but honestly, when Tiny gets to this point where he has Daedalus Aghanim's, I don't know if you can play PL against that hero either.
Well, that is now 4 heroes that you've identified that PL can't play against, and they last picked it, so maybe you're going to have to go back to the drawing board in just a moment here as GG is going to be called. There wasn't much left, to be honest, that they could choose from, but in the end, Simply TOOBASED are going to close this game out, push us to a game number 3, the first one so far of these NA qualifiers. And I think this is maybe a result that people would have been a bit surprised by. D2 Hustlers coming in at the start and looking really good. This is probably what more people expected, given that, you know, Simply TOOBASED coming from Division 1 and all that stuff. Both these teams look pretty evenly matched. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a really good matchup. And again, like we talked about before, but this is like D2 Hustlers, their entrance into some of the real NA teams, right? Like I think the Division 2 teams, they weren't really challenged. you had them like, I think I was talking to 1437, and he said like Division 2 is so easy because we can just outdraft everyone. Like the games
Right.
aren't even real games. In this game, I think this is the first time in all of DPC and the qualifiers where I actually feel like they got outdrafted. I mean, I did last game too, but I was wrong. So this is the first time they're actually outdrafted.
That's fair. Yeah. Well, we'll see if the challenge continues, if they rise to the challenge afterwards. And simply TOOBASED, they live to fight themselves another day here. But for now, we're going to go a quick break. When we get back, the panel's going to break it all down. That's us. Well, Sumi, see you then.